Alright, so I'm back, and today was alright, I guess. It was successful. We'll call it a success. I mean, I can't really expand too much on that because nothing really happened. I mean, it was just the first day of many, and I would imagine that it's not going to get any easier from here. Basically, what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna keep it at 3 milligrams a day for the next, we'll call it the next, I think 2 weeks. I guess we'll go 2 weeks at a time, every 2 weeks, and then I'll taper down to 2 milligrams. I don't think it's going to be a big deal to try to take it kind of fast, because it's not going to really affect too much until I get down, I think, maybe to 1 milligram a day, or 1.5, and then it's going to start to have an impact on the way I feel and on a consistent basis. So I think it's going to be pretty easy to jump down to 2. Like I said, I've been at 2 before, so it's not a big deal. It's just the only concern is work. I have to be kind of coherent at work. I've been to work before when I've been through withdrawals, and it's absolute hell to even think about, because you're just before I worked in an office, and I'd get there, and for the first hour of the day I'd literally do nothing. I'd just sit there and fucking stare at my computer and just think about how fucking miserable I was. And I would soothe myself. I would try to take the edge off by doing like Google searches and like looking at forums of people who are also going, or I mean not at the same time clearly, but going through the same thing. They were talking, there's a lot of forums online with people just going through withdrawals, and most of it's heroin and stuff, but there's also people doing Suboxone, and the scary thing is that people would talk about Suboxone withdrawal, and they would be talking about, I'm on day 47 and I'm just feeling, like I'm getting my feet underneath me, and I kind of get back to normal. And that's like terrifying to me, because all I can think about is how I should have just been a man and done the fucking 4 days of heroin withdrawal the first time around, and now I'm just in this predicament with the Suboxone, where I'm seriously facing like a jail sentence of miserable torment and absolute agony for probably 2 weeks, I would imagine. I guess. I mean, that's what they say. But like I said, I'm gonna try this weaning off business, and hopefully that works out for me. I read some. That's where I read online about the about weaning off slowly over time, and that's essentially what the Suboxone is there for. I mean, there's a lot of clinics and stuff and treatment centers that will put you on Suboxone short term for, I don't know, a few days, like I said in the last video, where you can, do it for a few days just to get over the acute withdrawal symptoms that from heroin and other opiates that last real hard and heavy for 4 days, then it's over. And I think that's what Suboxone is most beneficial for. I mean, I don't think anybody could argue that doing it for a long period of time and weaning off over time is preferable over the quick and dirty 4-day mess. But I'm now in this situation, so I'm going to be hopefully a success story about somebody who was on Suboxone for a few days, or a few years rather, and slowly weaned off, and that will be the best thing I can share with anyone that's going through a similar experience. And the shitty thing is that I am going to see a doctor on the 5th of May 2014, Monday at 2 p.m. to get a Suboxone prescription. Prior to this, I didn't have health insurance. Thank you, Obamacare, for forcing me to get some shit around. And now that my ass is insured, sure enough, the first thing I did was contact a doctor to get my Suboxone set up. So prior to this, I'd been buying it on the street. Very expensive, by the way. I don't recommend it. So don't get your ass hooked if you're watching this, and just do it for those few days to get over the acute withdrawal syndromes from regular opiates. Do not get your ass in a Suboxone whirlpool of misery, because you will hate yourself, and it's just going to lead to more problems than you could ever imagine. So yeah, so hopefully this goes easy. I will wean down to 2 milligrams after next week, and it shouldn't be a big problem. Like I said, I've been there before. I think work is going to be less than ideal once I get below that, but I think that it's going to be manageable. Like I said, you just have to go nice and slow with this. From every account that I've read, it's just a very slow process. The only problem is, can I have enough willpower and discipline to keep to the program and not cheat, not do more, not take more than I need, not, everyone knows how it is where you take, it doesn't work anymore. I mean, opiates haven't worked for me for a long time, except for the hardcore ones, and even the heroin and stuff. It's just, I haven't taken it in a long time, but I feel like if I did, I'd be right back where I left off. I feel like every time you get back to it, you pick up right where you left off, whatever your tolerance was, and I know this sounds probably stereotypical, whatever, and that's how people die. They think that their tolerance is what it was before, but I think that's how people die. It's because that's kind of how it is. It's like, once you get back into the swing of it, once you get back knee deep in your addiction, you feel like you picked up where you left off. At least this is the way it is with opiates. I haven't really fought with anything this much as I have with the heroin, so I can't really speak to that with other drugs. But this is definitely a unique sort of problem, in that it gets you by the balls, and you can't get away. You get reined in, and this addiction puts a leash on you, puts a fucking collar around your neck, and then it drags your ass around and humiliates you, and shows you to all your friends on your knees with a collar on your neck, and your family and everyone, and they're all looking at you with pity and bullshit, and you say, hey, I don't mind this, it's not so bad. I kind of like being here on the floor with this fucking leash on my neck choking me, gave me just enough rope to live for today. And it's a pathetic state of affairs, I'll tell you what. And somehow we convince ourselves that this is preferable over sobriety, but we know it's not. So yeah, all right, well, that's it for today. I guess 3 milligrams tomorrow. We'll see you later.